All right, guys, we got Noah in the chair today. And guys, it is very rare that I get hair like this. So I'm actually gonna really enjoy it. There's really good hair, beautiful structure on the face, and we're gonna have fun with this one. So right now, if we look at Noah's hair, when was your last haircut, Noah?
Like 6 months ago.
6 months ago. He mentioned it's overgrown and he likes the lengths on top, but he feels like the sides are quite puffy and long, okay? We're gonna do something a little bit different. Typically, when a client would come into the chair with this type of hair, I would usually keep the nape. In this scenario, I'm not gonna taper it, but I'm actually gonna remove some of the corners because I want that Johnny Depp look. And if you look at Johnny Depp's previous haircuts, the sides were somewhat shorter and the top was longer where it kind of just fell naturally, but the focal point of the haircut was the front, and that's what I want to achieve here with Noah. So what we're going to do is either graduation or layers through the sides, add a lot of texture, movement, because it's lacking. If we look at the hair right now, there's just no movement. It's very heavy and it's sitting quite flat. We want to do the opposite, and we also want to reduce some of that weight and length through the nape as well. So the focal point is going to be really reducing as much weight as possible while still maintaining some of the movement and texture, but maintaining a lot of these lengths so it falls towards the sides and we really see those textures in the front stand out. Let's get straight to it. So when it comes to this haircut now, there's two ways to really approach it. If I want shorter sides, the best technique to go with this is going to be graduation. Now, I'm kind of torn in between two things. Either I could go with a really tight layer and have a lot of movement and texture through the external, because yes, can I go underhand and still maintain weight at the bottom? I can, but it's going to be difficult doing it this way rather than doing it this way. So I have to make a decision whether or not I want to go through a layer the whole time with a round shape horizontally, or do I want to do this using an underhand technique? Because technically I could still go underhand and layer it. The question is which technique is going to be easier for me to achieve. All right, so the first thing we want to do here is we want to take a section straight from the profile. And the reason behind this is because... Whoa, hold up, pause right there. I know you're into this tutorial and you've probably been taking notes, studying the sectioning, watching the fade placement, but let me ask you something. If you've already watched these tutorials and you've been watching my content and trying to level up, why not just go all in? I've built something for barbers just like you. It's called the Essentials Program. It's a private community packed with weekly coaching calls, advanced tutorials, support from elite barbers, and constant accountability. And get this, it's $80 a month. That's one haircut, 2 at most. You probably spent more last week on Uber Eats anyways. This is for barbers who are done with staying stuck, who want to improve their fades, their sectioning, their scissor work, their styling, and even how to post content to book clients. And I'm gonna keep it real. If it doesn't blow your mind, you tell me. I'll send you that $80 back. No catch. But if you're serious about becoming the go-to name in your city, then you belong in there. Click the link in the description, join the Essentials Program, and I'll see you on the inside. Now, let's get back to the cut. I want to isolate the top from the sides, okay? Okay, I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now, next part, same thing, straight from the bridle all the way to the front. Bring it down, okay? And bring everything forward. And then come back from the front. So technically now what I could do, I could take another section because I want to isolate the front in a different area. Again, the end result, I want it to kind of still fall almost like a middle part because I want it to fall in his face. So this could be the last section where I look at how the hair wants to sit naturally and I make a decision on how I'm going to layer it after. Okay, but for now, let's just isolate the top just like that and isolate the sides. Okay, so we have the guide now from the nape guys, come from the top. And again, my strides are actually quite long. Reason for this is because I want a textured line. If I pick this up now, I can reduce all that. Look at how the line's already sitting, okay? Okay, guideline. Okay guys, we got about maybe 2 to 3 more sections left. And then I'm gonna go into my layer. Okay, so same process. Now we could work with a little bit more elevation because it is sitting quite heavy and I could tell, but the layer is what's really gonna make this stand out. Okay, you guys are gonna be able to see how I'm able to create vacancy. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, this is where we have to make sure the layers are properly cut. Okay, I'm gonna pinch it, I'm gonna grab it. Now I'm gonna make a decision. Okay, so technically I have a guide from the bottom, but what did I say? I don't necessarily, not that I can't use it, but I might not want to use it, right? I could make a decision and even keep it disconnected. Okay, next section. Look at that, beautiful. Look at that, okay? Look at that movement now. Okay, look at the difference between this, okay? Look at the difference between that. We could still reduce a lot of that weight in here versus this, okay? Look at the difference. Okay, so we're gonna continue and we're gonna refine as we keep going. Cool, let's move on towards the other side. So layer removes weight from the internal into the external. Graduation builds weight from the external into the internal. That's like the simple way of putting it, right? So the simple, or not simple, that's like the technical way of saying. The simple way right now, I'm reducing weight where the head is flat, building weight where the head is round, okay? I'm going with a line that's vertical. Reason why, I can control it a lot easier using my shape this way rather than trying to do it diagonally based with, you know, over direction coming down. Okay, now look at the difference again. Look how much more freedom the hair has. Look how much more it moves just based off of that. Okay, let's keep going. We got maybe a few more sections left and that's it. Okay, slide over direction, check the guide, make that incision. Okay, first step, let's reduce some weight. Here's the thing that I gotta be careful though, is I actually don't wanna reduce any of the weight and length through here. I might just use a line technique in this area. Look at that. Okay guys, so this is my final look on Noah, but one last step. Let's use a bit of product. Let's refine some more of my final touches. But guys, I texturize it at the very end. I refine some of the top, and now we have full freedom, full control, and the length on top now, even though it's longer, is sitting beautifully. So let me show you guys how we're gonna end this, okay? All right guys, so this is my final look on Noah, and as you guys notice, we have those beautiful pieces that are coming down on his face, but we've reduced some of that weight through the back and sides. It's gonna be a lot easier for him to manage. You're gonna see now with some movement how this is really gonna look naturally, because when he wakes up in the morning, all he's gonna have to do is literally brush his hands towards the back and everything will just play its part. Guys, I'm very happy with the end result. I hope you guys learned something. Very much a suitable and salon-friendly haircut as well. This is the Johnny Depp look on Noah. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys on the next one.